Eritrea, located in the Horn of Africa, has not historically been ruled by kings in the traditional sense. Instead, it has had various rulers and leaders throughout its history. Welcome to African Scribe. Our intent is to educate you about the continent of Africa, its ancient dynasties and kings, in a relaxed and chill environment. To support, please comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. The territory of present-day Eritrea has a long and complex history of governance, beginning with ancient kingdoms and evolving through regional powers, colonial rule, and finally, independent nationhood. One of the earliest known civilizations in the region was the Kingdom of D'mt, which existed around the 10th to 5th centuries BCE. Although much about this kingdom remains unclear, archaeological evidence suggests it had strong connections with the Sabaean civilization of South Arabia. Ruins and inscriptions found in places like Yeha hint at a monarchical system, though the names of its rulers are not well documented. Following D'mt, the Axumite Empire rose to prominence around the 1st century CE and lasted until roughly the 10th century. This powerful empire, which straddled modern-day Eritrea and northern Ethiopia, played a significant role in trade and diplomacy across the Red Sea and beyond. The port city of Adulis, located on Eritrea's coast, was a critical hub for the empire's commercial and political activities. Among its most famous rulers was King Ezana, who converted to Christianity in the 4th century, making Aksum one of the earliest Christian states in the world. Other notable kings included Caleb, Ella Amida, and Jabo Meskel. The influence of Aksum waned over the centuries due to internal decline and external pressures, but its legacy remained deeply embedded in the highlands of Eritrea. After the fall of Aksum, the region saw the emergence of smaller, localized polities. One of the most important was the Medri Bari Kingdom, which arose around the 14th century and lasted until the 19th century. This highland Christian kingdom, centered in modern-day Eritrea, was ruled by a hereditary leader known as the Boa Negesh, meaning Lord of the Sea. Though nominally part of the Ethiopian Empire, the Boa Negesh often operated with significant autonomy, especially in resisting Ottoman encroachments on the Red Sea coast. One notable Boa Negesh, Yeshek, is remembered for his military resistance and diplomatic maneuvering during the Ottoman advances in the 16th century. Simultaneously, the coastal regions were influenced by Islamic polities. The Sultanate of Dahlak, based on the Dahlak Archipelago in the Red Sea, was a thriving Muslim state from around the 11th to the 16th century. It engaged in trade with Arabia, Egypt, and India, and minted its own coins. Over time, however, the Sultanate was weakened and eventually absorbed into the expanding Ottoman Empire. In the 16th century, the Ottomans established control over Eritrea's coastal areas, forming the Ottoman Habesh Eyalet, with Massawa as a key administrative center. The region was governed by Ottoman-appointed pashas and local leaders. This control lasted intermittently until the 19th century, when the Khedivate of Egypt, a semi-independent Ottoman state, expanded its territory into Eritrea in the 1860s. Egyptian rule was short-lived, but left its mark through administrative reforms and increased interaction with the broader Islamic world. By the late 19th century, Eritrea became a focal point of European colonial ambitions. Italy officially declared Italian Eritrea in 1890, incorporating the region into its growing African empire. Italian governors, appointed by the monarchy in Rome, ruled the territory until Italy's defeat in World War II. Following this, from 1941 to 1952, Eritrea was placed under British military administration, which governed the territory until its political future could be decided. In 1952, under a United Nations resolution, Eritrea was federated with Ethiopia with a degree of autonomy. However, this autonomy was gradually stripped away, and in 1962, Emperor Haile Selassie unilaterally annexed Eritrea as a province of Ethiopia, sparking a 30-year war for independence. During this period, Guerrilla movements such as the Eritrean Liberation Front, ELF, and later the Eritrean People's Liberation Front, EPLF, fought against Ethiopian rule. The EPLF eventually emerged as the dominant force, led by Isaias Afwerki, who played a crucial role in the military and political strategy that led to Eritrea's independence in 1993. Since gaining independence, Eritrea has been ruled by Isaias Afwerki, who became the country's first president. He has remained in power ever since, making him one of Africa's longest-serving leaders. Eritrea has not held national elections since independence, and Afwerki's rule has been characterized by a strong centralized government and limited political freedoms. This historical trajectory illustrates how Eritrea's governance has shifted from ancient monarchies and regional sultanates to colonial administrations, and eventually to a modern state under a single long-serving president. The legacy of these eras continues to shape Eritrea's identity and political landscape today. To support the channel, comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and click the notification button to receive alerts when we upload new content. Until next time, enjoy celebrating the tapestry of Africa with us.